Hello, my name is Montgomery Russell, and this is my website. This is going to be my website. This is my general overview. This is going to be the landing page, the home page. This is the page that you see when you first start into the website. This is basically just our goal, how we intend to help, topics and catalog. These are pictures that I personally took. This is going to be the contents page. This is back to the basics. It tells you about shutter speed, aperture, ISO, and how they all three relate to one another, alongside an example of some shutter speed where you can see that the car is frozen in time versus the waterfall where you can still see it's kind of streaming and gives that very stream effect. It just outlines some of the things in that. So then we go to beyond the shutter, which you don't have to. You can go in any order you want, but that's just for the reference. We talk about framing, how we put people in the frames. We talk about the rule of thirds, the lighting, natural light because they're not exactly the same, and techniques and personal styles. And they give diagrams to kind of show you how to give a 3-point lighting or a lighting setup and whatnot. And this is also to show you rule of thirds. You can see the box, it shows up. It's just kind of, some cameras have it, some don't. Here's our about us. Just about me, about my inspirations, my contact information, and some of my favorite photos. This is also part of one of my favorites. Took these pretty recently, these two. After that, you can go to the Learn With Us. Now, this is going to be my interactive page. It talks about star photography, astrophotography. I love it. So, basically, you take a picture with your shutter wide open. The shutter stays open for X amount of seconds and whatever, depending on the lens you use. If it's open too long because the Earth is moving, it throws streaks across the sky where the stars are no longer perfectly defined. So somebody came up with a rule. It's called the 500 rule. It defines that. So for me, I use a 16mm lens. If you were to input that, it tells me that I could, in theory, leave my shutter open for 31.25 seconds without getting streaking. In reality, it's closer to about 30, but it's a general rule, and even outlines down here that you can instead divide by 300. So that's my interactive deal. That allows people to input their personal kit lens. So say if somebody had a 27mm lens, it'd tell you can only do for 18 seconds. So it's a big deal. With that being said, here are some of my shots. Here's the Milky Way. This is in my backyard. I just was very nondescript, Northwest Georgia. That's basically where I'm at. On to the next one. This is my data analysis. This is going to outline saying, hey, there is no correlation. Basically, there's no correlation between gear and the subject that you are shooting in, like the light you're shooting in. So as you see, there's a whole bunch of brands, whole bunch of lenses, and a whole bunch of different lighting situations. Now, if we go to filter it, just by clicking on it, it filters down to just show lenses because camera bodies aren't that important in theory. Hold on. I'm sorry, I'm sick. But lenses aren't that important in theory, and how you use them is more important, and that just shows that there's no correlation. And so finally, this is the citations page. This is the visuals that I did not personally take pictures of. And this is the content citations. Just to make sure I wasn't crazy. And then the last one was AI citations with prompts. This is just to show that whenever I did use ChatGPT, that I documented it. But that's basically it. And you can navigate all of these with no issue from any which page you want. I just wanted to show that functionality real quick. And yeah, overall, this is my website.